Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. My name is CityZilla, and today we are in the city of Crater Lake, where we are going to be working on a large ore area. And the reason we're going to be doing an ore area is because we were starting to have some problems with finances, though right now we're doing pretty good. But then also goods, we really need to I want to start placing down some more factories, and right now we only have agriculture and oil, and so I want to get some glass and metals. And so on the last episode, we ended up building out this awesome waterfall here that I thought was just amazing. I really liked this whole neighborhood. If you haven't checked out that episode yet, I'll go ahead and link it in the description. It is just fantastic. I did go ahead and add in a cable car in here. It's I don't think it's like the greatest of rides, but I was playing around with it and I just couldn't figure out like the best approach with what we have. And so let's go ahead and see what it looks like right now. It looks like we can even look around, which is great. Yeah, I mean, this view is great. I went ahead and put in that bridge too, just so that we could get a little more access over here. But I think that this cable car is fantastic. This would definitely be more of like a tourist attraction for this area, but I think it still looks cool. And then it comes up over here and then goes across the water, terminates over here by our stadium. And so I did want to see that from the opposite direction too. I think that's really the golden view right there. So let's hop in here and let's check this out, because I think this is going to be fantastic. I mean, look at that waterfall. Just living next to this would be crazy. I'm sure it would be pretty loud. But I think it would just be really cool. And I even think that pedestrian bridge kind of fits in. At first, I didn't really like it, but it provides some much needed accessibility for this area. And so I'm glad that we got it. And so another thing that I did, I went ahead and did a small shuttle bus in here. A lot of people were saying that there just wasn't a lot of access. And so I went ahead and just did these small guys right here. And it looks like this is actually going to be All right, so it looks like maybe I'm not going to be able to get away with the shuttle buses. Let's see where the stop is. Oh man, yeah, they're all the way at the top. They're like, we're not walking down. So we're going to go ahead and do the regular bus. All right, so I ended up doing the bendy bus instead of that miniature bus. I think getting 70 up here is going to be a little better. I didn't realize that so many people were going to be using this. I did also put in a little bridge over here, so those people waiting for the bus do have access. They could walk down here, come across the street, and then walk down here to this lovely commercial area. Man, for some reason, the water inside of this thing right here, I think maybe it has to do with the ground. I think maybe I messed up somewhere. And there we go. But yeah, for some reason, the water just keeps like puddling up over here and then kind of flooding over, and so that's something that I have to do quite a bit. But I think this looks good. Let's go ahead and jump into what we're going to be doing today. And so I chose this site. I think it's going to really help out the city. We have a huge collection of industrial right there. I put a little bit of industrial right here, and we do not have any other industrial throughout the entire city. So basically from this section over, there's no industrial. And so a lot of these buildings are having goods issues. I don't want these people having to answer calls way over here. I want them to come over here to our tourism area. And so I think by adding this industrial area over here, we're really going to alleviate a lot of that pressure and just help the city as we expand more too. So the first thing we're going to do is jump into the landscape tool. We're going to come up over here to the level terrain. And what I want to do, we're going to use this kind of as a small little harbor area. I want to do a cargo terminal with the train access. I think that's going to be fantastic. So we're going to come up here, go like that. And then let's go ahead and we'll choose this as our ground level, and we'll just go like that. And then I think we're going to go straight, and I think we'll go to the end right there, and then we will go sideways and come this way. I want it to be sideways because the route access for the shipping corridor is actually over here. And so putting it in here is kind of tricky. Plus I want to leave enough room for us to do some unique factories in here. Because I think with the ore area, we open up a ton of new factories that we'll be able to do, but also some factories that we just haven't been able to do in a while. And so I'm going to let this flood for a second. I'm going to go ahead and do some leveling right here as well. We're going to basically turn this entire side of this mountain into the ore area, and I want to do some terracing and stuff, make it look really cool. All right, and so I think that looks pretty good. I was going for definitely more of a realistic look with this. I know with surface mines a lot, they have these step patterns as they dig down. So when they start up at the top, this is like their first layer, and then as they go further, they create a little bit of a ledge to protect against rock slides and stuff like that. And then as they go down, you get to see some active mining and stuff. And it's kind of funny, I've actually been in one of these before, and they have just these huge dump trucks, gigantic. The wheels are larger than cars. And so I remember one of the things, like whenever you're around those dump trucks, if you're not in one of those dump trucks, it's actually your responsibility to watch out for the dump truck, because they just can't see you. You're so much bigger than they are. And the roads they're on are just gigantic. It's like two roads connected together. basically, and that's what the roads that go into these mines are. It was pretty cool to see. I thought it was amazing just to see such a large dump truck like that. And so now what I want to do is come up over here, and I did a slant going all the way down to our lovely harbor down there. So I'm going to come up over here, and we're going to begin to slant. And then what we're going to do is jump in here to our lovely ships. Not there, not air transport. And I want to use this cargo hub that has the train access to. I think this is going to be fantastic. So we're going to go like right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and connect this up. And as many of you know already, these generate just a ton of traffic. And so we want to try to be mindful of that. We're going to come up over here. And I think we're going to have it go right next to our bigger industrial road. I really like that, like road next to road look. Then it kind of allows us to still do stuff over here without congesting it with this traffic. And so I think that looks pretty good right there. And then what I want to do is hook up this train line. And so what we're going to do is come over here, go to trains, grab this road, go to freeform. And then I'm going to start like right about here and just go straight. I'm going to turn off toggle road bending, as I don't want it to bend right there. I want it to go like right there. Perfect. And then I'm going to jump into the network multi-tool, go to complete connection, grab this, and then I'm going to come all the way over here and grab that. And because it's so far away and so much lower, I already know that it's going to give me a tunnel piece. What we do need to do is kind of play around with this. So I'm going to increase this a little bit. I'm going to put in another bend right here if it'll let me. Yeah, there you go. And then I'm going to come up over here and do the same thing. So if we go right there, tunnel begins, goes underneath the airport, and then comes out here. And you know what? I think that's going to look good. And then we'll probably end up deleting this and redoing it. So we're going to go ahead and hit enter. And then what I'm going to do is jump in here, go to underground mode, and then grab our little node and then push it out. And then make sure that it's level so that we don't get any weird. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to come up over here, grab this. Nice. There we go. And then now let's jump over here and let's get rid of this. So we're going to probably go like right there. I think that's good. We can even get rid of this too and then have it slide in. And you know what? That right there actually looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks fantastic. Then I'm going to jump in here, go to the slope mode, grab this, come all the way down here and hit enter. Yeah, look at that 1.3 degrees. That is fantastic. I think this should be good too. Go ahead. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice. And I'm going to go ahead and do some water pipes real quick in here, and voila. So for right now, I just did water pipes right there. I didn't want to just get crazy and start throwing water pipes everywhere. And so now what we need to do is paint this as an industry area. So I think we're going to go all the way up here and voila. And I'm also going to paint this as a regular district, as I think we're going to do some of the ore specialized industries zoning in here, because we do have a reasonable demand for industrial, not a huge demand, but enough, I believe, to justify having some regular zoning. I think down here we will do a separate district. And so one of the things that I was kind of imagining with this is that the oil empire is owned by this guy named Jerry Freeman, and him and his family has been investing in Crater Lake for a very long time. They're actually the ones who backed the Olympic bid, and the Olympics went off really well in the city. The city has been booming. He grew up here as a young kid, and he loves it here, never lived anywhere else. And he's getting kind of tired of oil. He wants to branch off into other things. He doesn't really see oil as sustainable in the future, and so he has decided to invest heavily in ore. There was a ton of ore identified within this mountain, and so him and his family purchased this entire piece of land, decided to do the cargo hub so that they could generate some revenue in other ways as well. And so Jerry Freeman is making a great choice. I'm glad that he's still investing in the city. We still have a lot of stuff that we could do here, and so attracting new investors is always important. And so the next thing that I want to do is go in here. Let's go ahead and plop down our main building. So we're going to go ore. We're going to come. Ooh, you know, we actually didn't do roads for this area yet. It's kind of getting ahead of myself there. So I think we're going to do dirt roads for most of this. So I think we're going to come up here and go to unmodded on that. We don't want an elevated piece. So we'll come up here. Yeah, go to ground, have this connect up. Yeah, go like that, go like that. And so we will come up over here, have this swoop down, go this way, voila. And then we will probably have that one end right there. We'll have this curve down. Nice. And then let's go ahead and do another one this way. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish off this road layout real quick. And there we go. I decided to do this many roads because real life surface mines don't tend to be as interesting to look at from the aerial view. You typically will only have like one very large road going to one area within the mine, or maybe a couple smaller areas, small in regards to the overall mine where they are actively mining. And so within this game, I kind of wanted to make it look a little better. And so we're actually going to have multiple mining locations, whereas in real life, there would probably be just a large mining location like right here, maybe on the other side, but generally at the very bottom of whatever surface that they are working on. But I think this is going to look really good. I'm excited about it. Let's go ahead and jump in here, go to ore, and now, wrong menu. So we're going to go like this. Let's go ahead and place our main building like right here. Let's make sure that it is in the industrial area. Come back here, place that right there. And so now, like anybody coming in, if they wanted to stop at the office, maybe talk to the boss, talk to Jerry about other investments or something, they can. And so now let's come up over here and we're going to place a couple little mines right here. This is just going to be great. We're going to go like that. And I think that right there is probably okay. Let's go ahead and smoothen that out because I feel like that kind of looks a little weird. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And so we have our first mining operation up and running. Freeman ore mine is active. And so this is going to be fantastic. Let's go ahead and add in a storage facility over here. I don't really want the storage facility to be on any mineable land. So I want to go like right there. Yeah, I think that's good right there. All right. And so we need to place down a couple of these ore grinding mills as well. And you typically don't see these within the area. You'll see them outside of the active mining area. And so what we're going to do is come down here, go to industrial. We're going to paint ourselves a little grid pattern right here. So we're going to come up over here and go like that. I think that's probably going to be pretty good just for a start. We don't really know how big the other buildings are just yet. Even though I did just do an ore area not too long ago. And so I kind of have an idea, but I just want to make sure. And so I'm going to go ahead and connect this up too. I feel like this connection would be good to have. And there we go. And so now we have a awesome little area sprouting up. I think this is going to look fantastic. And so the goal is to basically fill this in with other little mining practices, stuff like that. And so we will go in here and ensure that this is under ore industry for the specialized industry. And I want to just go in here and kind of fill in a couple squares. We're not going to do a ton. It does look like I need to do water real quick. I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. And voila, water pipe's done. And it looks like we already got some buildings coming in. Let's go ahead and check out our ore industry and see how much we're making. So we need to get 395 workers. We have, so we only need to get 150. We have 395 worker capacity. And so that's actually pretty good. We should be hitting level 2 pretty fast. Or level 3, yeah, level 2, so 500 resources. Once we get that, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on level 3 speed. And while we're at it, I want to do a water treatment facility over here. This was another big reason why I wanted to do a big industrial area, is because we have been hurting for another water treatment facility. And so I want to do something similar to what we did before, but I don't think I'm gonna do these actual canals. Actually, we may. So I'm going to come up here and then we're going to go this way. I'm going to turn on snapping, go like right there, and then come across. I'm going to turn off snapping again. Nice. And then that way what we can do is come in here and kind of smoothen this out a little bit. And the goal for this is to have the water treatment facilities dump into the canal instead of just in the water. And so now let's jump in here. Let's go to these lovely eco water treatment facilities. We're going to go 1, 2, ooh, maybe we can fit 4. That would be great. Yeah, look at that. Perfecto. And then what I'm going to do is draw a little key wall around this real fast and then leave some room for us to do a road on here. And voila, we have a new water treatment facility. Super excited about it. I think we're going to do some more tanks over here just because we can. And then it would be good for us to do just a small power facility as well. So we'll come up over here. I don't think we're going to do geothermal like we did last time. So maybe we'll go like that. Then we will do these tanks like right here. Do 2 of them, and then let's jump into a power plant and see what we can get going over here. So we could do a nuclear one. I just am hesitant to do that. No, you know what? We're actually going to do this one. So we're going to put that right there. I think that is fantastic. Let's go ahead and look at our power and see what our problems are. Yeah, you know what? That gave us a nice buffer for this area, and I think that's going to be fantastic. I like the look of it too. It's very rugged. It fits in with the area pretty well. We are going to connect up these water pipes real fast. All right, and so what I want to do now is just go ahead and throw in a key wall real quick, and then I want to create some separation from this in our other industrial area. And voila, key wall in. We should get a little bit of flooding. I'm hoping not too much, but now what I want to do is go ahead and let's check our ore area real quick. So we should be, ooh, it looks like we're short on not enough raw materials. We may need to get another mine in here. Yeah, we're importing a little bit, and we're not really producing a ton of goods at this point. So let's go ahead and throw in a few more mines, even though I was kind of hoping to get the bigger ones. So I think what we'll do is go like that, go like that, go like that, and go like that. And then let's come up here and do the same thing. 3, 4. I think that'll be good right there. I want to leave some room for some of the bigger mines. All right, and so I think that's going to really help out. And we are going to come through here and detail all these up in a little bit. Now what I want to do is work on this layout down here. So I think we will go to our industrial road. I'm going to go ahead and turn this sideways, go like right there. And then let's go to this road, have it go straight, and then have it turn this way. I think this is going to be great. All right, so what I'm thinking is there is another player in town, and it is Bill Starr. Bill Starr is the owner of the local electric company, and I don't know if any of you guys remember, but right after we did the airport, they had invested in this large area, and they'd actually sold all the electrical assets to the local garbage company. And so Bill Starr is hoping to create a really nice area out of this, and he's actually in hopes of developing some factories and everything, and really helping and really expanding upon his electrical and water company. And so having these investors in the city are really good for competition, help to attract more investors. And so the city has decided to basically give him whatever he wants. And so now what we're going to do is go in here, and I want to do a fence around. I think we're going to do an airport fence. I'm going to come up over here, connect this up. Yeah, we'll go like right there, come all the way down. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I think that looks pretty good. And I want to go ahead and do fence this way too. So I think what we'll do, I think we're going to leave this open as Bill's land, and so maybe we won't do a fence there just yet, but I do want to come up over here, grab our handy dandy 4-unit road, go this way, and then turn. I'm going to go ahead and turn on snapping, and you know what, I think that's pretty good right now. We could actually have this continue on rather than going down by that. I think that would be so much better. Yeah, if we go like that and then jump into move it, have this go this way. Yeah, nice. Perfect. And I like this little separation we have right here, because this would be good for warehouses, because we definitely need to start doing some warehouses. Let's go ahead and unpause. Let our ore industry upgrade. I'm hoping that those new areas should really pick up the slack. So we're really not, I mean, we're not generating a lot, but we should get to 500 here soon. A couple things that do help is this improved logistics, packing, and scheduling of deliveries is more efficient. And so we're going to do that. We're going to do improved work safety as well. We'll do advanced automation too, just because automation is definitely the way of the future. So while we're waiting, let's go ahead and do some warehouses over here. I think it would be nice if we could get some bigger ones. Ooh, I think if we just do these ones, yeah, we'll go like this. And then I'm going to jump in to move it and then connect this up. And then what I want to do is jump in here, go to warehouse. I mean, this one could be good. I think these are actually growables too. So if we go all the way down, yeah, I think this is going to be fantastic. Yeah, I think this is like a generic industry. Yeah, it is. Ice Cube Factory. What we're going to do is turn this to glass, metals, and we'll probably do 2 of each. So we're going to do glass, metals, just because it helps you to get a little bit of a buffer for these industry areas. So metals, and we're going to do or specialized goods, yeah, zoned industry or products, which is fantastic. And then let's go ahead and do commercial zone goods, just because importing commercial zone goods can be really good for your city, and having that extra buffer there is always good. Ooh, nice. Our first boat. Look at this. I don't know how he's going to get out of there. He's really going to have to like maybe taxi out, get a little tugboat to pull him out that way. Nice. And so we have some trucks coming out. It doesn't look like we're really having too many issues. I think we're going to jump in here, go to traffic manager, go to the priority signs, and then just shift click on that. Go ahead and put yield signs on all this. Allow all these trucks to just get all the way back here. While we're at it, let's go ahead and move this trash facility. I kind of totally forgot it was even up here. We do not want this up here. This has a ton of pollution. It's just a terrible location. And so Bill Starr has decided, because of his business dealings with the garbage company in the past, that he is going to build this new processing facility for them and actually lease it back to them. And it's actually a really common business practice for people, especially for companies. Like if they don't want to have something on their books, they just want to run the company, they'll actually have somebody else be the owner, another company, and then they'll just lease the building from them. I don't know if trash services do that, but we're just going to say that that's what it is. Bill Starr saw an opportunity and he is taking it. So we're going to move this as well all the way down here. Yeah, nice. And I don't think so. We have a waste transfer facility and a recycle center up here. I don't really want to move the transfer facility, as it is going to negatively impact this area. I think we have a post office right here though too. We can move the post office like right here. I think we'll let this run and then we will kind of see how the changes affect this area, because I know having the trash down here now is just a little bit further and it could actually be kind of bad for our area. And then what I think we're going to do is, ooh, hey, look. Nice. So we reached level 2, ore industry barracks, ore industry workers barracks, industrial steel plant, fantastic, glass manufacturing plant, even better, ore storage, small ore mine underground, man. So we really we got a lot going on. Let's go ahead and check out those factories, because that's really the reason why we're doing this. So industrial steel plant, this one's a huge one. Yeah, I knew this one was a big one. Let's go ahead and look at that right there. You know what, I think that looks fantastic. I like the look of that. It's very rugged, fits in with this area, and we could even say that that Mr. Freeman is teaming up with Mr. Starr, and they went in on this new steel plant. This was like a multi-billion-dollar investment in the city of Crater Lake, and was actually in the news. There was a ton of things about it, how these two had been bringing all these new jobs to the city, and now a ton of people really look up to them, and it's just really fantastic. I do want to get a small parking lot in here real quick. Nothing too crazy, but we do need to provide some parking for this area. There would be a ton of workers coming in here now, and so I think what we'll do is probably do this guy all the way down. Yeah, I think this will be good. And voila, we got the parking spaces in. Let's go ahead and check this. We got metals. Let's bump this up to 150. And you know what we didn't get in our factory district was one for, we're going to turn one of the commercial zone goods to unique factory products. I believe it's all the way. Oh yeah, unique factory products. Nice. And so now the metals or steel products have somewhere to go, which is just great. Let's go ahead and check out our other ones too. So we don't have a forestry industry yet. We could do this. I think a lemonade factory down here would not be great. So I think, oh, you know what, petroleum refinery would be great. I think that'll be good over in our other area though too. You know, I think that's probably it for right now. I think we will get another one. I don't really want any food products down here. I don't feel like that's good for the area. So then now what we're going to do is jump in here, go back to ore, and let's go ahead and place a couple of these. All right, so what we're going to do is place down some of these underground, these small ore mine underground stations, and I want it to be in a nice area. So I think what we'll do is actually erode away. So I think we will erode this away a little bit so that we can fit a couple of these underground ones just to clean up the aesthetic a little bit. I think they're going to look really great right here. So we'll do 3. Yeah, I think that looks fantastic. And then what we're going to do is jump into surface painter and go to gravel and basically just increase this whole thing. Same with over here. We're going to increase it, make it look a little bigger. I don't like those squares in there. I think it just looks weird whenever you have like those perfect square cutouts. It would be definitely more scattered. All right, so I think that looks a lot better. I really like it. I think by adding in the gravel, it just makes it look a little bit bigger. And we'll probably come through and put in some rocks too and kind of decorate it up. It does look like our poor buildings up here when abandoned. I wonder if they're just too far away from workers. We'll have to let it run and see. All right, and so I'm hoping that those new ones are going to push us up to the next level, and it actually looks like we are. So we have about 700 workers, 700 jobs total with 200 taken, and so we have a lot of room, and we need to reach 350 and then 1,500 resources, which we're climbing up there pretty fast. So all right, so another thing we did unlock is this glass manufacturing plant, which is super important to our operation. We don't have anything making glass right now. And so I want to come down here, go to an industrial road, and we are going to turn it up over here. I think we're going to have it go like right there. I think that is fantastic. Let's go ahead and look at these buildings. They're a little bit bigger, but I think we can fit 2 of them at least. I wonder if we can do, so if we do 1, 2, no, it looks like it's just going to be a really tight space. I think we can play around with this road layout a little bit better and then fit in 3. So if we get rid of that, yeah, I think we'll be able to fit more over here. So if we come in like this, go 1, 2, 3, I think that's much better. And we got 1 more in here. So now we can grab these, kind of slide them over. There we go. And then what I would like to do is fit a small 1-unit road back here. Let's go ahead and see it. I think we're going to be able to. Nice. And so we'll go like that. And now we still have that little bit of access, though I hope not a lot of people take that route. And then let's go ahead and set up the priorities over here as well. I'm going to go to junction restrictions and just tell them to continue. We do not want them stopping. And it looks like maybe these nodes are just a little too close together. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring these back. What can happen is sometimes when the nodes are too close, they will cause the cars to go really slow. And so you'll see them kind of braking and just going all over the place. Nice. And so now we have some lovely glass glass manufacturing plants in here. We have our metal. Let's go ahead and see if we unlocked anything else. I think we got the workers barracks. Yes, we did. So let's go ahead and see. I think we can put one right there. I think that would be fantastic. Let's go ahead and place one right there too. And then let's go ahead and jump up here to our main building and place a couple right here as well. So we'll go like that, come down, and this is kind of twofold. I mean, these are people who are maybe travelers and they're only coming here for a specific period, or for some reason the company has offered them lodging. Then these would just be areas where they can stay overnight and stuff like that and stay on campus and kind of save some money and stuff. And this is actually something that does happen with operations like this. It happens with fishing too. And so I think this looks good. We are kind of running out of space for storage over here. I think it would be good if we leveled out some land over here. So if we come over here, go to the level terrain tool, and what we're going to do is choose a height. I think probably about like right there. I actually would prefer it to be a little bit lower since that runway is right there. And I'm going to go ahead and level this out real quick. And there we go. And so now we have a nice little storage compound that we can place over here. So if we come down here, let's go ahead and go like that. And then we're going to turn it. And then let's go ahead and go up this way now. And what I'm hoping is for this just to be storage. So if we go like right there, go right there, go right there, I think that is going to be fantastic. And we'll probably come back through and put in some trees and stuff over here. I think we'll grab this, turn on that, and slide this way just so we can have a little bit of a cleaner look in there. And I really like how this is coming along. I still think we have a ton of potential for growth. I still want to wait till we get some of the bigger ones. There's some really big extractors with the ore industry, and so we should be hitting that unlock here soon. Looks like we just need 50 more workers, which hopefully is here soon. All right, and so one of the things you can do to artificially bump up your workers is just place down some more assets. So we are going to come in here, and I want to just place down a couple more. I think we may even come up here as well, though I initially didn't want to. So I think if we go right there, let's go ahead and go right there, and then I think we may be able to fit one more, though I don't really want to mess with that slope too much. So we'll come like right there. Yeah, that looks good. And then we will, I think we can go this way too. I wonder if we can level that out and then place a couple. Could do them sideways. So let's go ahead and do one dirt road branching off of this. So we will have it go this way, and then let's see if we can place one of these down. Yeah, look at that. Perfecto. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of turn this and slide it in. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And I do want to upgrade that back to a dirt road. I don't want that to be the country road. And there we go. So we have added one more. I do think we're going to save this and this for something much larger. Maybe we'll actually use the underground ones right here. I think that could be good. So let's try to do, yeah, I think if we go like right here, we'll go right there. Yeah, there we go. That actually doesn't look too bad right there. I initially wanted to save some of that space, but I think it looks good. And so now we're going to, hey, look, there we go. Nice. I knew we were going to hit it. A lot of times all you have to do is just place down some more of those guys and it just automatically gives you a certain amount of workers. And so we have unlocked the rotary kiln plant, the electronics factory, the seabed mining vessel, and the medium ore mine, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and look at that medium ore mine, because I think it is, ooh, yeah, it's pretty big. Look at this guy. So I think what we want to do is have it go like right there. Yeah, look at that. This is just a fantastic little building. And then I think we'll even leave this these little ridges up on the side. The last mining rig is gigantic, and so I do want to still save some room for that. But now what we can do also is place down another factory, hopefully, if we can squeeze it in somewhere. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we can always try. So this uses petroleum, plastic, and metal. And then there was the electronics factory, so plastic, glass, and metal. And this is a big one. Yeah, this one's huge. I wonder if we could fit it over here. Just know that, I mean, it would fit on right there. But that parking lot took all our space. All right, and so I think we are pretty much tapped out for space over here. I was really hoping to get a little more in, but with all of our production down here, we cleared it up pretty fast. And so now what I want to do is go ahead and fill in the rest with some industrial, because that's really one of the main things we wanted to do here was fill in some generic industrial down here. We're still going to have a lot of ore industrial as well, but I want to get some generic industrial down here too. These generate commercial zone goods for you, which are super important. Super important. And so let's unpause it, let that run. And what I would like to do is get this to our next level, but let's see how far we are. Because if we could reach level 4, that would just be fantastic. Yeah, I think so. We're almost up to the products. We're actually, you know what? I think I'm going to let this run for a bit. I think we will hit the next goal here soon. All All right, and so we have reached our resource goal, or at least about to. We just need to get 100 more employees, and so I think what we'll do is come up here and we are going to cheat our hillside a little bit. We're going to say that maybe they discovered some more aggregate back here and they decided to build some more mines, and so we are going to go ahead and do this. And I think this actually leaves us a good opportunity to maybe put one of the bigger ones back here. I think that could be good. So we'll go like this. Yeah, I think this is going to be fantastic. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be good. So then we will jump in here, go to our new one, our big one. Oh man, I wonder if we could fit that. This is going to be pretty big. Let's see if the smaller one fits better. So how much does this do? So 4,800 units a week, 64, and this does 8,000. So I mean, if we could get this one, it would just be so much better. So we go like that, go like that, and we'll go like this. Yeah, you know what? That actually doesn't look bad. And I like that it does cut into the hillside a little bit like that. I think we will just soften it a little bit, make it look a little more realistic rather than a perfect square. I think that looks really good. I'm excited for this. So let's go ahead and check out our employee count now. So 463, that bumped us up by 10. Let's go ahead. Come on, keep going. Go, go. All right, so we may need to wait until we actually build out some more residential. But what I want to do now is go ahead and do some detailing. I want to go place some little tanks everywhere, and then I think we're going to do some tractors and then some sheds, and then I think it's going to look really good. I'm excited about it. Okay, and so I think that is it. I didn't put any trees in here because this is an active mine and you really wouldn't have trees. I could have also put rocks, but you don't typically see like open rocks like this. Like that's what they're mining for, is aggregate, and a lot of times. And so they literally pull out all the rock and then crush it, and then a lot of mines, that's just what they sell as rock. And so it tends to just be dirt that they're digging through and trying to find rocks and aggregate, or sand, depending on what the mine is for. Like this one is for and so this mine would be sand and rock because of the ore, and so it would definitely be both. You wouldn't have a lot of rocks exposed, and so I decided not to do any. I did do trees around here. I don't really know how I feel about having trees in a little harbor, and so I wasn't really sure about it. I didn't do anything here because we will eventually get zoning right there. It's just because our demand is just so low right now. We really just don't need it. And then I did some decorating around here. I did some rocks, and then I decided to put in a small commercial area right here. It's kind of funny because it reminded me of, in Las Vegas, there's a really large shopping center literally right at the tail side of the runway for the airport too, literally like right just like this. So as you're going to the store, the planes fly right over over you. And so I was like, oh, that could be fun. And then I think I'm just going to put down some planters right here real quick. And there we go. And so now I think this looks fantastic. I think on the next episode, what we're going to do is work back over on this area now that we are in a much better spot with money and with industrial. And so go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys think. I do think these are kind of close together. I almost wanted it farther apart, but I think as we zoom out, it looks really good. I do wish that the industrial would have came in, but we definitely need to do some more residential expansions. And so I think on the next episode, we will focus on that. And so if you enjoyed this episode, you will definitely enjoy the episode on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Wednesday.